From Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida, USA, the 2019 World Rowing Under-23 Championships on Championship Sunday, live on ESPN. Coming close to the end of the medal contentions. It is now up to the women's singles next, and then we will see the women's eights. The start list for the U23 women's singles sculls. In lane 1, representing Canada in the gold medal race will be Louise Monroe. Returning in the open weight class after winning in the lightweight sculls, in lane 2 will be Italy's Clara Guerra. It'll be the green and gold of Australia in lane 3 with Rhea Thompson rowing. Representing the United States of America in lane 4, Emily Caulfield. From France, in lane 5, it is Juliette Lequeux. And a very impressive row qualifying for the A final. In lane 6 from Bulgaria, Desislava Angelova. Lineup for the U23 women's single sculls here at the 2019 World Rowing Under-23 Championships. It was Desislava Georgieva from Bulgaria who was the bronze medalist in 2018. Emily Caulfield won the silver in this event last year. So we'll see if she can improve that to something gold, shall we say, here in 2019. And they are underway in the U23 Women's Single Sculls A final for the World Rowing U23 Championships.
And there was a good shot there of Emily Caulfield from Jamestown, Rhode Island, and Princeton University. A good story here. This is her 4th straight Under-23 World Championships. She finished 4th, she finished 3rd, she finished 2nd, and now she's going for the gold here in the women's single.
Should that progression remain, which we shall see as they race on down. Early out of the block, it is Juliette Lequeux from France with the lead, battling with Desislava Angelova from Bulgaria. And on the far side, Louise Monroe of Canada in 3rd right now as they move on down the course. Then Emily Caulfield, Rhea Thompson, and Clara Guerra from Italy in that order.
Just so close as they move through the first quarter of this race, with France currently leading. That's Juliette Lequeux out of lane 5. Leading this race. So very, very tightly packed as we approach the 750-meter mark. In fact, the USA and Bulgaria just ever so close, with a slight advantage to Emily Caulfield of the USA.
And as we just saw the graphic on the screen, Caulfield with the fastest boat, going 16.4 kilometers an hour right now. So obviously advancing a little faster than the other boats on the water.
Now, everybody has their own race plan. Emily was pretty patient off the start, but she has now taken the lead for the United States. So we'll see. Somebody might have queued up the Lenny Kravitz down there, because I think we've got an American woman out front here trying to win a gold medal on home water. Half a length lead, and look how close it is still between France and Bulgaria. You see those two bows as they come through 500.
At only a quarter of the way down the course here at Nathan Benderson Park in Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida, as the coaches continue to follow. But at the 500, Emily Caulfield out ahead by almost a second over France's Lequeux.
Now, a little bit surprising, I'd say, USA to see Australia slightly out of the mix at this point. Australia maintaining contact out of lane 3, though not in the picture right now. When we look at the USA and Australian times from the heat, Caulfels went about 1 second faster, but Australia did start gaining speed through the second 500 and into the third 500. No doubt about it, though. For now, Emily Caulfels of the USA, direct qualifier from the heat, on the hunt for a gold.
And they could not ask for better conditions. Look how beautiful the water is. And every stroke that Emily Caulfels drops in the water, she's trying to move away from the rest of the field. She wants to be atop the podium for the first time, as we said, looking for that progression. She won the silver medal last year. She won the bronze medal the year before. Could this be her year on home water? She's coached by her father, and she just graduated from Princeton University. Look how close it continues to be for the silver and bronze lanes 5 and 6. France and Bulgaria are basically dead level.
And going back and forth they are as they come on down. Meanwhile, in fourth, it is Rhea Thompson from Australia. Then back to Clara Guerra from Italy and Louise Monroe from Canada. All these boats separated by very short length as they come across, but Emily Caulfels lengthening her separation from the boats in second, battling for second. LeCue and Angelova from France and Bulgaria, respectively, bow ball to bow ball, but here comes the bow ball of Rhea Thompson of Australia chasing.
Oh, just ever so close as they move through that halfway point. Bulgarian fans will be happy to see that, yes, Angelova is keeping herself right in it. She took the bronze in this event back in 2018, just now starting to press away from France.
But look at Caulfels out in front, cutting her wake through that glassy water here at Nathan Benderson Park, on her way for hopefully a gold medal as she continues her progression in this competition. But Caulfels out in the lead by open water, but now a big press from the Australian rower Rhea Thompson.
Rhea Thompson starting to show that speed that Colleen talked about. She showed in the middle portion of the race in the qualifying. But you still see Bulgaria sitting in second place, and Australia has closed the gap. And in fact, those were the times at 1,000 meters. We're well past that at this point. I do think Rhea Thompson has pushed herself into second place, just ahead of Bulgaria. But here we go for the medals. What we do know is that it's 750 meters for Emily Caulfels to take a gold medal home to Rhode Island.
The 2019 World Rowing Under-23 Championships, the penultimate race of this competition, live on ESPN. The U23 Women's Singles Sculls, as Emily Caulfels from the USA continues to lead, with now Rhea Thompson from Australia pursuing in second, with Juliette LeCue and Desislava Angelova continuing to battle as well. It's now LeCue off the pace, with both the boat of Thompson from Australia in lane 3 and Angelova from Bulgaria in lane 6, trying to track down and pass Caulfels, but Caulfels still looking strong as they head into the final 500.
Rhea Thompson holding on to what would be a silver medal, no doubt about it. Emily Caulfels of the USA, just a beautiful shot here as she comes through the last stretch of this race, keeping her head up, watching the field behind her, but has to be an amazing feeling to win what could be a win in the women's single by open water.
Indeed, Caulfels from the USA in the lead in the women's singles sculls, with Rhea Thompson from Australia now in second, pursued by Angelova from Bulgaria as they come down to the line. Meanwhile, Clara Guerra from Italy pursuing the Australian boat in lane 3, Louise Monroe from Canada, and then back to Juliette LeCue from France as they race towards the finish line. But Emily Caulfels trying to hold on in these final 300 meters to grab the gold in the women's singles.
At this point, Emily Caulfels, she is in that commanding lead as she has been since really 500 meters. Now it's just don't make any mistakes. This is where she wants to finish it off. This is her last year at the Under-23 Worlds. We talked about the fact that she's trying to progress up the medal stand, and she is 200 meters from the finish line for a gold medal representing the United States in the women's single. And it's totally up for grabs for the remaining medals. You still have Australia, Bulgaria. You have Clara Guerra of Italy starting to really press.
Indeed, as is Rhea Thompson from Australia. Australia in the lane right beside Emily Caulfels, beginning to move forward. Clara Guerra from Italy as well. Those three boats are out in front. Caulfels from the USA, Rhea Thompson from Australia, and Clara Guerra from Italy as they're coming down to the final 60 meters. It is still Caulfels out in front by half a boat length, but Rhea Thompson beginning to crank it up in that single. Clara Guerra beginning to move too. A big push from the Australian Rhea Thompson as they come down to the line.
Rhea Thompson has overtaken Emily Caulfels. Heartbreak here for the United States is going to be Australia at the line. Rhea Thompson with a final push there, the last 10 strokes, taking the gold medal away from Emily Caulfels, who may have to settle for the silver, but we're going to have to see. That was a photo finish between the United States and Italy ahead of Canada, and then Bulgaria ahead of France.
France and Bulgaria there in second for a majority of the race, but then that energy began to flag as Emily Caulfels continued to press forward. Caulfels, though, in that final 100 meters, was caught by Rhea Thompson of Australia, and Thompson really a big push there. Very impressive, Colleen.
Yes, Rhea Thompson getting decidedly faster in the last several hundred meters. So Emily Caulfels, pretty even pacing throughout, but it just was Rhea Thompson from Australia on the charge, able to overtake Caulfels in the last 100.
The women's singles sculls, U23, Rhea Thompson, 7:36.08, winning just ahead of Emily Caulfels and Clara Guerra of Italy. On the medal stand, approaching the medal winners here at the World Rowing Under 23 Championships for 2019 from the U23 Women's Single Sculls. Presenting the medals for the women's singles will be FISA Executive Director Matt Smith, and presenting the plush toys, Patrick McNerney, the CEO of U.S. Rowing, live on ESPN. The bronze medal in the women's single sculls going to Clara Guerra of Italy, receiving her medal now. She was fourth in her first U23 regatta, third in her second, silver last year, hoping for the gold but having to settle again for the silver. Emily Caulfels from the United States of America, the silver medal winner in the women's single sculls, receiving her medal. And congratulations from Patrick McNerney, the CEO of U.S. Rowing. And the gold medal winner in the women's single sculls for these under-23 championships from Australia, Rhea Thompson. Absolutely thrilling row from Thompson, coming from third place to capture the gold in the women's single sculls race. So now, the national anthem of Australia. Medal winners for the women's singles here at the 2019 World Rowing Under 23 Championships.